Are you intrigued or inspired by the wonders of the natural world and the agricultural industry? Are you concerned about the impacts modern production practices and shifting weather are having on the natural and working lands and want to be part of the solution? In this Conservation Counts series, our conservation planners are on a quest to gain a deeper understanding of why agroecology and innovation matters, and explore how you could contribute your unique skills, passion, and superpowers in one of the greatest opportunities of our time, a mission to maintain healthy soils, clean water, and a resilient agricultural industry. So join us as we discover some of the most surprising and extraordinary conservation careers and the people that are leading the way in protecting and preserving our state's most valuable resources and our relationship with our natural and working lands.
So we started at the Kane County Farm Bureau to view their installation of the Illinois Prairie Pollinator Rain Garden. The rain garden is in the shape of Illinois, and the rivers are actually plotted out with rock, and it's in full bloom right now. So that was really spectacular because I was there when they planted the garden. Weathered Ways Farm, this young woman who had actually started it in Batavia, where my husband and I have lived now for 44 years. She's got a big task in front of her, but one of the things that I really applaud her about is that we all think, oh, I'm going to be a gardener, or I'm going to be a farmer. And you don't have the first clue about, how am I going to get all those carrots out of the ground? How am I going to finance this? Where's the water going to come from? What's the wind going to do to that building? And what she has done, I very much applaud her, is being able to act as an incubator for others, learn together, and then also learn from her mistakes. Going to the CHS Elburn Co-op, but that was one of the highlights. We think of all of this agricultural conservation, feel good, fuzzy, warm kind of stuff. And then you see those bins, those big drying bins, and the semis coming in, and you know that the state of Illinois is such a huge agricultural state. And because we live here close to the city, we tend to forget it. The next one was Birdflower Farm. It was lovely. I think as I walked up to it, I imagined that was going to be my life when I was a young girl, that I would live on a farm like that where the flowers were thus and such. But now that I have prairie in my backyard and all my flower beds are native and they're not neat and pretty like that, I realized that I got to the same place but differently, I suppose. So one of the locations that we stopped and actually had lunch was at the Heritage Prairie Farm. It's one of Kane County's rusted roads. And one of the reasons that I found that location to be so important and all of what we saw was the fact that I believe it was the first one where agriculture became a different kind of agribusiness. It actually became more of a agritourism. It became a place for people to have weddings. So it showed other entrepreneurs how locations like that could then become sustainable farming, but also other profit centers. Rising Lights Project, they saw that their work, their hard work, challenged mentally and I think physically, that they too could get out there and get their hands dirty and grow tomatoes and feel the value of being a part of that. Here we are at Garfield Farm and Museum, and I like bringing my kids out here. I know they've come out here on field trips. As much as we think the world is changing right now, and some people think for the worse, and yeah, there are lots of indications, but when you think of how it changed from when this was built in 1840s it changed and it got better. And there were times that it was worse, but it got better. And that's the thing that I keep telling my kids. Don't worry, we're going to get there. There's hope, and it's in the land, it's in the ground. So what I'm finding to be most valuable of an experience like today is, first of all, seeing how many people responded to the invitation. This isn't just a passing phase. It's not a fad. It's really becoming a way of life that young people are making commitments in ways that I didn't even know about. And I see such great hope in how many young people are committing themselves to keeping the earth healthy, or getting the earth healthy. And then seeing there were a couple board members, the Kane County board members, who attended this, and I thought, this is really good. And I voiced my appreciation because how do we get there without the support of the local government, whether it's county or whether it's municipality, having them understand what they're doing with the decisions they make is very, very important. We got work in front of us, but we've always had work in front of us, you know?